have Primary 3 Math, second term 2021. We have here Chapter 3, Lesson 91 and 92. Our objectives of this lesson: we will deduce equivalent fractions of a half using fraction strips that are equivalent to half. We will deduce equivalent fractions of a half using geometric shapes, number lines, or multiples of 2. We will infer which model you prefer to use in finding the equivalent fraction, and we will solve various problems on it. Our lesson keywords, it will be equivalent fractions, models of half, fractions denominator, and equivalent fractions story problems. Our tools, we will use booklet, pencil, ruler, notebook, and colored pencils. Can you figure out a way to find equivalent fractions of a half? Let's go. Here, watch this video about equivalent fractions of a half using fraction strips. Then back to work. Just scan this QR code. First exercise, here we have color the half, then write its new equivalent fraction. Here we have fraction strip divided into two equal parts, and we colored only one part out of two, which represents a fraction called, yes, half. If I have the same fraction strip of the same size but divided into four equal parts, and I want to color half of this fraction strip, let's go and catch your pencil to color until you reach this arrow, which represents the half as the above one. Here we have first one, second one, and stop at this arrow. Here we colored how many parts out of four? Yes, just two parts out of four. This fraction is called 2/4. Then write down here in denominator the number of all parts, which is 4, and write down here the number of colored parts, which is 2. 2/4. Then mentally it will be 2/4, and here we have right number 2/4. Half equal 2/4. Next one, here we have the same fraction strip of the same size as the above one, and divided into 6 equal parts, and I want to color half of it until I reach this arrow as half of this one. Let's go and color 1, 2, 3. We colored only 3 parts out of 6. Then write down here in this fraction the number of all parts. It will be 6 in denominator, and the number of shaded part, it will be 3 parts in numerator. Then half will be equal 3/6. This one, we have the same size of fraction strip as above one, and want to color, and it divided into 8 equal parts. Yes, and I want to color half of it, only half. Then till I reach this line, this arrow colors this fraction strip like this: 1, 2, 3, 4 parts only, and stop until I reach this arrow, which represents the half as the above one. Then it will be 4/8. Let's go here. We have here 8 parts. Let's write down in denominator 8. And how many colored parts? It will be 4. 4 in numerator. Then half will be equal 4/8. Let's go here in the last one. Here we have the same size of this fraction strip as the above one. Then it's divided into 10 equal parts. I want to color half of it until I reach this arrow as above one. Then stop. Let's go and color 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stop. Then we have how many parts out of 10? 5 parts out of 10. Let's go here, write down the whole number of parts, which is 10 in denominator, and the colored parts, it will be 5 in numerator. It will be half equal 5/10. Good job. Watch this video about equivalent fractions of half using a number line, then back to work. Just scan this video, then back to work. Here in this exercise, color the half, then write its new equivalent fraction. Okay, here we have in this number line divided into two equal parts starting from 0 and ending at 1 whole. In this one, it's called half, and this one is called 2 halves. In this fraction step, we divided it into two equal parts and the color just one part out of two. Let's go to the next one. We have the same number line and the same fraction strip as the above one and divided, yes, in four equal parts. I want to color half of it. Let's go to our arrow. Yes, it's pointing to this fraction, which is called 2/4. Let's go to color this fraction strip like this. I colored how many parts out of 4? Yes, 2 parts out of 4. This way is called mentally. Mentally, using drawing, using everything you have mentally. Okay, let's go mathematically. Here we have half and space, empty fraction. First of all, here we have in this fraction strip, it's divided into how many parts? 4. Let's go to write down here in denominator 4 and ask yourself a question. 2 by what equal 4? Yes, good job. It will be 2. 2 by 2 equal 4. But in fraction, we have a rule. As you do in denominator, you must do the same in numerator. It means as I multiply by 2 down, I must multiply by 2 up. 2 by 2 equals 4, then I will multiply 1 by 2 equals 2. If I check my answer here, it will be 2/4. Then mentally, it gives 2/4, and mathematically, it will be 2/4. Half equal 2/4. Let's go for more explanation in the next one. Here we have our number line divided into 6 equal parts, starting from 0 and ending at 1. It has the same size as the above ones. Okay, here we have this fraction strip and this arrow pointing to half of it. Let's go to color this fraction strip. 1, 2, 3 parts only out of 6 until I reach the half as above 1. Here we reach at, yes, 3/6 on the number line. Let's go to do it is, yes, mathematically. Here we have half equal what? Yes, here we have our fraction strip divided into 6 equal parts. Let's go and write down in denominator 6. And ask yourself, 2 by what equals 6? Good job, it will be 3. 2 by 3 equals 6. Good job. And our rule in fraction, as I do in denominator, I will do the same in numerator. Say with me, as I do down, I do up. As I do down, I do up. Say one more time. As I do down, I do up. I multiply 2 by 3 gives me 6. I will multiply 1 by 3 to give me 3. It will be 3/6. Mathematically, half equals 3/6. Then it's the same answer of mentally. Then mentally, half of 6 is 3/6. And half of 6 is 3/6 mathematically. Good job. Let's go to the last one here. Here we have this number line has the same size of this number line, and this fraction strip has the same size as above one. Here we have this number line divided into 8 equal parts, starting from 0 ending at all 1, which is equal 8/8. And I want to color half of it. Let's go to point at half as above one. Yes, good job. Let's go and catch your colors and color these parts. One, two, three, and four parts out of eight. Then mentally, half of this number line, which is divided into eight equal parts, it will be 4/8. Let's go to mathematically. Here we have half, and here we have eight equal parts. Let's go and write down in denominator 8. And ask yourself, 2 by what equal 8? Good job, it will be 4. And as I do down, I do up. As I multiply 2 by 4, I will multiply 1 by 4, which give me, yes, 4 in numerator. Then half equal 4/8 mathematically. And mentally, half equal 4/8 is the same answer. Good job. Now let's go to evaluate this one. This kind of questions I want to have, yes, the equivalent fraction of half on this number line. Just press pause, then press play to listen to our explanation. Here we have our first number line divided into two equal parts. One part only is colored, which represents half. In next one, it's divided into 10 equal parts. And this fraction is divided into 10 equal parts. I want to color half of it. Mentally, I will pointing to the half and the colors that these ones as it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts out of 10. Then this equivalent fraction is called 5/10. This mentally. Let's go to prove it mathematically. Here we have how many parts? Yes, 10 equal parts. Let's write down in denominator 10 and ask yourself, 2 by what equal 10? Good job, it will be 5. And write down by 5. Then, as I do down, I will do the same up. As I do down, I will do up. As I multiply by 5 down, I will multiply by 5 up. Then 1 by 5 equals 5. Excellent, it will be half equals 5/10 mathematically. And mentally equal 5/10. It's the same. Good job. Excellent. Amazing. Now let's go to exercise number 2. Answer the following questions. Show your work. You must show your work using your drawings, your understanding, your colors, okay, and your mathematics way. Okay. How many forces equivalent to half? How many forces equivalent to half? Forces means, yes, 4 equal parts. Then I will divide this empty fraction strip into 4 equal parts. Yes, like this. Beginning from half, then divide each part into 2 equal parts like this. And try to make it equal as you can. Okay, let's go to name each dash on number line. First one, it will be forces. Next one, it will be 2 forces. Third one will be 3 forces. And the last one, it will be 4 forces. Now let's go to color half of the first fraction strip. It will be like this. And pointing to the half of the next one, it will be pointing to fraction called 2 forces. Then our answer of this question, it will be how many forces equivalent to half? It will be 2 forces. Mentally, 2 forces. And I will write down here 2 forces. If I want to prove it mathematically using my math, if I write half equal 2 forces, is it right or wrong? Ask yourself, 2 by what equal 4? Yes, 2 by 2. As I do down, I will do up. 1 by 2 equals 2. Yes, it's the same answer. Yes, I am right. Good job. Let's go to the next one. How many sixes equivalent to half? How many sixes equivalent to half? Let's go to divide our fraction strip into 6 equal parts, like this. Starting from half and divide each part into 3 equal parts, like this. Then I have, yes, 6 equal parts. By drawing how many dash? 5 dashes only to have 6 equal parts. Okay, let's go to, yes, to name each dash. First one, it will be 1 sixes, 2 sixes, 3 sixes, 4 sixes, 5 sixes, and the last one, which is whole one, 6 sixes. Now, after finishing drawing and naming, I will color my fraction strip, which is divided into 2 equal parts, like this, and show that which part I aimed at stopped at what? Yes, my arrow pointing to 3 sixes. Then half is equivalent to 3 sixes, and I will write down here 3 sixes. This is mentally. If I want to prove it mathematically, what I should to do? Yes, if I write half and 3 sixes, ask yourself, 2 by what equals 6? Yes, 2 by 3. Excellent. Then as I do down in denominator, I will do up in numerator. 1 by what equals 3? 1 by 3. Then it's right. I am right. Good job. Then half equals 3 sixths. Let's go to evaluate your understanding. Just press pause, then press play to listen to our explanation. How many eights equivalent to half? How many eights equivalent to half? What's the meaning of eights? Yes, 8 equal parts. Let's go to divide this fraction strip into 8 equal parts, starting from half. Then divide each part into 4 equal parts, like this. And try to make it equal as you can. Then to draw 8 equal parts, we have 7 dashes. Here we have, let's go to write the name of each dash. First one, it will be 8. Next one, it will be 2 8s, 3 8s, 4 8s, 5 8s, 6 8s, 7 8s, and the last one, it will be 8 8s, which is whole one. Good job. Now we finished our drawing. Let's go to answer our question. How many eights equivalent to half? Half, let's go to color the first fraction strip, half of it. And point using your arrow to which part of the next fraction strip? It will be 4 eighths. Then half mentally equal 4 eighths. Let's go to write down here 4 eighths. If I want to make sure that I am right, let's go to do it mathematically. Write down half equal 4 eighths and ask yourself, 2 by what equal 4 in denominator? Yes, it would be 4. 2 by 4 equal 8. And multiply 1 by 4. Yes, it will be 4. Yes, as I do down, I do up. Yes, and then I am right. Half equals 4 eighths. Mentally and mathematically. Good job. Super. Now let's go to the same exercise. We have here, how many tenses equivalent to half? Easy or not? Yes. Let's go first to draw, then we'll answer our question. Tenses in our fraction strip, it will be 10 equal parts, starting from half. Then divide each part into 5 equal parts, like this. Then to draw 10 equal parts, you must draw how many dash? 9 dashes. Now let's go to name this number line. First part it will be 10. Next part 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, 9 tenths, and the whole one, which is 10 tenths. Now let's go to answer our question. After finishing our drawing and the naming, let's go here. How many tenths equivalent to half? First of all, color the half or the first fraction strip like this. This ending at what? Yes, at 5 tenths. Our arrow pointing to 5 tenths. Let's go and write down here our answer, which is 5 tenths. If I want to prove it mathematically, to make it sure I am right, let's go to write down half equal 5 tenths. Let's go and see our denominator. 2 by what equal 10? Yes, it will be 5. 2 by 5 equal 10. Then if I multiply 1 by 5 gives me 5? Yes. Then as I do down, I do up? Yes. Then I am right. Half equal 5 tenths mathematically and half equal 5 tenths mentally. Good job. Let's go here. How many 12s equivalent to half? 12s mean I will divide this fraction strip into 12 equal parts. Like this, starting from half. Then divide each part into 6 equal parts, like this. Then, to have 12 equal parts, we must draw how many dash? Yes, 11 dashes. To have 12 equal parts, we must draw 11 dashes. Let's go to name each dash. First one, it will be 1 12, 2 12s, 3 12s, 4 12s, 5 12s, 6 12s, 7 12s, 8 12s, 9 12s, 10 12s, 11 12s, and the last one, which is whole one, 12 12s. After we finishing drawing and writing our names, let's go to answer our question. How many 12s equivalent to half? Let's go to color the first half and see it stopped at which fraction? It's called, yes, our arrow pointing to 6 12s. Let's go and write down here 6 12s. Good job. Let's go to prove it mathematically. Yes, using our math concept. If half equals 6 12ths, look at the denominator. 2 by what equals 12? Yes, 2 by 6. As I do down, I will do up. 1 by 6 equals 6? Yes, then I am right, mathematically and mentally. Good job. Now, watch this video about the problem fraction of half using geometric shapes. Then back to home. Just scan this QR code to watch this video. Now let's go to new kind of exercises. Notes. Notes, then write the equivalent fraction. You must notes first, then write the equivalent fraction. Here we have this fraction strip divided into 2 equal parts. Each part is a half. Next one we have here divided into 4 equal parts. Each part is a fourth, and he colored just 2 parts out of 4 to make equivalent to half. Then half equal how many parts? If I write down 4, which is 4 parts, yes, I colored how many parts out of 4 to have a half? Yes, it's just 2 parts out of 4. Then its name is called 2 forces. 2 forces. Then half equal 2 forces. Next one, here we have our fraction strip divided into 2 equal parts. Next one is 6 equal parts, and he colored the half of it as it is. Okay, then half equals In denominator we have here 6 equal parts, and we colored only 3 parts to make it half. Then half equals 3 sixths, and we will write down here 3 sixths. Here we have a half and a fractional strip divided into 8 equal parts. Then we will color how many parts out of 8? Yes, 4 parts out of 8. Let's go and write down in denominator the number of all parts. It will be 8, and the colored part it will be 4. Then half will be equivalent to 4 eighths. Then we write down here 4 eighths. Here we have half and 10, half and a half, 2 parts and 10 parts. I want to color half of these 10 parts. Yes, let's go to color. Now let's go to write down in denominator the number of all parts. It will be 10, and we colored only 5 parts out of 10. Then half equivalent to 5 tenths. Let's go and write down here 5 tenths. Good job. Let's go. Here we have another exercise. Color the half, then write its equivalent fraction. First color, then write what you get in equivalent fraction. If I color half of this fraction or this shape, it will be like this. Then let's count how many all parts. It will be 4. Write down the all parts in denominator and ask yourself, how many colored parts? Yes, it will be 2 parts out of 4. Then half equal to 4/4. Here we have, if I want to color half of this shape, like this, I get what? Yes, I get 4 parts colored out of 8. Then write down the whole parts in denominator, which is 8, and color parts in numerator, which is 4. Then half equal 4 eighths. Let's go here and color the half of this shape. It will be like this. Here we have 6 parts, and I colored just 3 parts out of 6. Then write down the whole number of parts in denominator and the colored part in numerator, and this fraction half equal 3/6. Here we have, yes, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6, another 6. It will be 12 parts. I want to color the half of them. Then let's go and color half of them. Then we get how many in denominator? It will be 12. How many colored parts? It will be 6 colored parts. Then half equals 6/12. Good job. Let's go to evaluate your understanding. Color the half, then write its equivalent fraction. Just press pause, then press play to listen to our explanation. Here we have in this shape, color the half of it. Here we have how many parts? I don't know, just color, then ask yourself. Color half of it, and how many all parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It will be 12 parts in denominator. And how many colored parts you have colored? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. 6 parts out of 12. Then half will be 6/12. Okay, according to your understanding, if I want to color half of this shape like this, okay, then how many all parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 all parts in denominator. And how many colored parts? Yes, 4 parts. Then half equal 4/8. Here in this shape, we have to color half of it. If I color half of it like this, all of these parts are, yes, 16 parts. If I count how many parts here, it will be 16 parts. Write down here 16 in denominator and count how many colored parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I colored 8 parts out of 16 to have half. Then half equal 8/16. Good job. You are awesome. Now, watch this video about equivalent fractions of half activity. Then back to work. Our fraction story problems show your work mathematically or mentally. Akram bought a chocolate cake and he cut it into 8 equal pieces. First of all, we must draw our fraction strip or your own model like this. And he cut it into 8 equal parts. I will divide it into 8 equal parts, beginning from the middle, which is half, and start to build here 4 parts and 4 parts. Then if you need to draw 8 equal parts, then I have 7 dashes. Now let's go to draw our number line beneath it like this. Each part is an 8 and end at one hole with 8 eighths. If I use my mathematic way, half equals, how many equal parts here? 8. And you write down 8 in denominator and ask yourself, 2 by what equal 8? Yes, good job. It will be 4. 2 by 4 equal 8. And our rule is, as I do down, I will do up. As I multiply in denominator, I will multiply in numerator. Then 1 will be 1 by 4 equals 4. Then I will color 4 eighths. Half equal 4 eighths. Then let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 parts out of 8, which is, yes, half. Then the first question is, how many parts did he eat? It will be 4 parts out of 8. Now, let's go to the next one. What fraction of the cake is left? Not eaten yet. Left means not eaten. Now, let's go to draw this fraction. To write this fraction here, we have how many parts out of 8? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4 parts out of 8 not eaten yet. Let's go to write down 4 eighths. Good job. Next one. Number 2. Take your time of reading, then read with me. Nora cooked a big pizza. Let's go to represent a big pizza like a fraction strip, like this, or a rectangle. And she cut it into 6 equal parts. Let's go to cut this pizza into 6 equal parts. Starting from half, then draw these equal parts like this. 2 equal parts here and 2 equal parts here. Now, let's go to draw our number line and name it like this. Divide this number line into 6 equal parts and up to one whole, yes, which is 6 sixes. Now let's go to our mathematically way. Half equals, we have here 6 equal parts. Let's go to write down in denominator 6 and ask yourself, 2 by what equals 6? Yes, good job. 2 by 3. And as I do down, I will do up. 1 by 3 equals 3. Then half equals 3 sixes. Then I will color here how many parts out of 6? Yes, it will be 3 parts out of 6. And this fraction is called 3 sixes. Let's go to answer these questions. How many parts did she eat? Yes, 3 parts. What fraction of pizza is left? Yes, what fraction of pizza is left means not eaten yet. She eats only 3 parts out of 6 and the left is, yes, 3 parts out of 6. He ordered 2, yes, fraction. He asked for a fraction, not a number. Then let's go and write our fraction, which is 3 parts out of 6, like this. Good job. Now let's go to our closure of this lesson. Here we have, yes, we talked about equivalent fractions. First, we talked about equivalent fractions of half. Yes, models of half using fraction strips and number line. Here we have fractions denominator, which is 2, and look at the denominator to get the equivalent fraction. and we solve the story problems about it. About next lesson, lesson 93, our keywords is equivalent fractions, models of third and fourth, deduce equivalent fractions from proper fractions, and fractions denominator, and story problems about them. Thank you. Goodbye.